Howdy folks, this is your host, Chief Sarkhan. I'm here with a little bit of Crowfall today. My buddy James, aka Onrez, gave me a new soul in Crowfall, and I've been completely and utterly confused about how this upgrading of your vessel works. And so I figured, why not show you how badly I understand the system as I stumble through with making a new soul. So let's just jump right in, take a look, see what this is all about, and go from there. So here I am in Crowfall in God's Reach on one of my characters. We come down here to, let's see here. I got this new soul, which is a human green soul, and as you can see here, these are the stats that are on this soul. Currently I'm in a vessel Stoneborn, so it's doing a comparison. Now when I first started playing the game, I thought that when you crafted a new vessel, a green version, you would replace your white version. But it seems like that is not the way this works. The way this works is you make a new character using the vessel, hence why it's in my bank. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump out to character creation. I'm going to have to delete one of my characters to be able to make this green vessel. But what we're going to do first is I'm going to make a new human vessel that's white. We're going to look at the stats, jump in game, look at the detailed stats on it, and then we'll delete it and make the green version to do a comparison. And the reason why I want to do this is, one, we're going to capture the stats to see the amount of upgrade you get when you go from white to green, but also to see how it is applied to your account, because like I said, my initial impressions when I didn't understand the system, not to say I still understand the system, but was to upgrade over here, changing what you were to get your better stats. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just log out to character creation and go from there. Feel free to throw some questions in there if you have any comments. I'm not really expecting a big audience, but maybe somebody will get some use out of this in the future. So, anyway. It takes a few seconds, so bear with me as I log out. Alright, so to enter God's Reach, or your Eternal Kingdom, Eternal Kingdom is where your basically housing is. God's Reach is where your leveling experience occurs, and then Campaign is where PvP happens. Doesn't really matter which one you click on for what we're doing here. We're going to try and make a new character. And as you can see, I have no room to apply the green vessel. So I'm going to have to delete one of these tunes. So let's see if we can figure out how to do this. Let's see here. I don't even know how to do this. Let's see. How do I delete a character? Oh, right here. Duh. So I'm going to delete this Frost Reaver. I've already taken all my gear off of this character. So to delete, you have to follow the pattern that's on the screen. And then you have to say confirm. And it says permanent. Everything's going to go away. So here we go. Boom. Goodbye. See you later. So now I can make a new character. So I can click down here, and remember, I have a green human vessel. And so it says I have the option to pick this. Now I have to actually click on it to say I want to use that, which for this first episode we're not going to do that. First we're going to make a white version and go from there. So I've decided I'm going to make a human cleric because I happen to have some blue hammers, which is a cleric based weapon that I can throw on this new tune. So we're going to make two clerics real quick. We can be male or female, doesn't really matter. I think I'll go with the female because it's a healing class. Why not? So we can randomize this. Well, we can't randomize, we can just choose different things. Well, that's a stylish hairdo. Look at that. So, might as well make this a character creation quick show here too. The crazy granny look. Yeah, why not? And then you got all your different skin tones. Let's go with that. Then you got, ooh, accent colors. Let's go with red. And then you got your hair color. Red on red doesn't work very well. Oh, I know. Let's make this one that. And then that one. There we go. Coolness. Alright. We're going in. So now we have a level 1 cleric. And we're going to jump into, doesn't really matter, God's Reach. And we're going to take a look at the detailed stats. And then we'll, like I said, jump back out, delete the white vessel, make the green vessel, and do a quick comparison. So bear with me. This video is going to be short, but hopefully it answers questions for people and also gives an idea of the level of disparity between vessels, because then there's also blue vessels and purple vessels and legendary vessels that you have to slowly earn to. But the key thing to remember is you're not upgrading your current toon, you're replacing it and or making different versions of the same thing. So my Elkin. Now some of you may or may not remember me back from our days, and Honors for that matter, from Golden Glory, the podcast. One day maybe we may bring that back. But anyway. So as you can see here, the cleric uses these mystic throwing hammers and a shield. Every time you log in, you get 2 apples and an axe to start your adventures. One thing I didn't mention before, if you're making your character for the first time, always make sure you come here and start passive training on 2 of the 3 of these areas to make sure you're not missing out on any points. I should have mentioned that before. It's always a good reminder. This is not my first character, so that's not a matter. So, first of all, what we're going to look at, since this is a cleric, we have a pretty good strength, dex, int. So this is our critical damage. So we got 38, 52, 22, 46, 30 is the starting human stats. The key thing that makes a human unique compared to the other races is you get 4 minors, and one of them is unlocked immediately. Every other class only gets 3 minors, and one of the minors, I'm not sure if it's unlocked immediately or not, but you have to unlock these by doing your talents over here that unlocks your minors. Minor discipline slot right there. So you have to level up, unlock a minor, level up, unlock another minor, unlock another minor, so on and so forth. A human gets 1 for free, so you get 4 minors, which is pretty cool. With that being said, let's go ahead and open up our details. Obviously, we won't be able to do this completely too quickly, but in a review, you can look at the stats here. So here's our attributes. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot this real quick. Maybe after the video is over, I can make a... Oop, I should have done this on the other screen. Oop, that wasn't properly set up for this. I can make an image that shows the stats side by side. And I will do that. So, bear with me 1 second, but at least you can look at the stats real quick while I'm doing this. You can see a lot of this down here is just zeros, 22, vital mitigations, but you can see there's a lot of detailed stats here, and it really gets important when you're like talking about the different activities, and a lot of this is going to come from your passive trees. And then you got this whole line item that's based on your crafting, which is another thing. So you can see that all your different character development gets very detailed very quickly. And this is all affected by your gear. and your passives. But this is a good thing to look at to understand what your development is. I'm just doing some screenshots real quick for you while giving you time to look at these. Exploration's not going to have hardly anything here to worry about right now. But you can see there's quite a bit here. And this is so exploration is your harvesting, craft is your crafting, and combat is obviously combat. So now that we got an understanding what's going on there, and you also got this that is your detail to what's currently available to you, and then this gets added to as you skill up and level up. But you start out with a buckler, hammer, medium, shield as your skills. You can wear mail or leather depending on the talent you pick. I believe a cleric can also get plate in one of these lines. Crusader, nope, not the Crusader. Let's see here, what about this one? Avenger, nope. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe I don't know. I've never played a cleric, so I don't know if they get plate or not. But anyway, so there we go. So let's go ahead and jump back out, delete this, and make the green vessel and see what the stats comparison is. Log out. Alright, so here we are. Do this again. We're going to go back to our cleric. Make sure it's the selected. We're going to delete it. Same thing. Remove it. Yay, it's gone. Now, this time, we're going to go ahead and make a new one. Go down to human. This time, we're going to select the green in our bank. And if you had multiple vessels in your bank, every one of these races based on your vessel would show up here. So if I had a human, blue vessel, green vessel, so on, you could select any of those in the character creation. We'll go over here to the cleric again because we want to do the base stats, and just because we want consistency. Oops. Oh. You're about to create an uncommon cleric which will consume the vessel, which means this is irreversible. So if you accidentally pick the wrong class for what you want to make to go with the vessel, it's done. That vessel is consumed and gone forever. And as you can see here, this one's the stats that comes with it, and my buddy James, Mr. Onres, made it for me. And also there's embargo import things on there and different descriptions and its value and all that stuff. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and consume this. And this is nice. It makes sure, are you sure you want to make this? So just like deleting, it's making sure that you are got everything that you want selected correctly. Your class, your race to go with the vessel, so on and so forth. So we're going to say yes. Now we get to character customization. That's good to know. Let's go ahead and do the same looks just because we want to be consistent, just for the fun of it. And now I have my first green vessel ever in Crowfall. So now we're going to launch into the game and take a look at those stats. Are we excited? I'm excited. Maybe a little excited. I'm almost all grown up in Crowfall. I'm learning new things. Oh, and that's a very good point that Onres makes for us. Anytime you make a new soul, regardless if you've already been to max level 30 on a previous tiered vessel, you have to level all over again. This is a brand new character creation every single time. And that's crucial to understand that, yes, the God's Reach is designed to let you level in about 2 hours solo. Quicker if you got friends. But as you can see, I'm level 1 currently. Up here, level 1. I have no skills. Ooh, that's kind of interesting on my stats there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the differences. So look at that. My strength is 79. What was it previous? Let's take a look. I think it was 40 something. Let me open up my screenshot here. 1 second. Well, actually, let me do both of these screenshots real quick. Alright, so let's white vessel. So if we bring this over here, this is why I saved this, so we can look at this side by side. Alright, come on, work with me here. So, trying to make this approximately the same size here. Alright, so if we look at our white vessel, we were at 40, wrong tab. Oop, sorry about that. Alright, so we were at 52 as a base white vessel strength. We are now at 79.39. We were at 22 dex on a white vessel. We're now at 65. This is huge. Huge, huge, huge. And then intellect was 38. We're now at 78. So we're almost double on those stats. 46 to 73. 30 to 59. The health hasn't gone up that much, but it's still a pretty good jump. 4,400 to 4,700. Regen in combat's the same. Regen out of combat. None of that's changed. Our healing capability, which as a cleric is going to be huge because, well, we're about the healing, right? So critical healing is 2.1% all the way up to 4.2%. Massive jump. Critical healing amount, 121 to 123. Not that big, but that'll be affected by your gear. Healing bonus went from 1.9 to 3.9, so 2% more. Pretty big. Support power 92 and a 146. Now, keep in mind, I won't say this was a bad green vessel that Onrez gave me, but it definitely isn't a min-maxed vessel, meaning that these numbers can go up even better for someone highly skilled at necromancy that has all the bonuses, that expends all their efforts to keep re-rolling the stats to max it to max value. So just on a, let's call it a mediocre green vessel, look at the stat difference. It's pretty significant. Now imagine having a perfect green vessel, then imagine taking it to the next step of a blue vessel. So if we got 30 points between strength between a mediocre green to a white, how much is it going to be to a blue? And if I ever get a blue human cleric, I'll let you know. But until then, this just gives you an idea of the significance of upgrading your vessels are and why it's important. And then we look at the next step of when we get green or blue discs in here that are going to amplify this even more. And I'm not going to go into detail on that, because if you come back at 12 p.m. PSD on the Crowfall channel, Onrez is going to go all over that stuff, and I'm not going to steal his thunder because he has much more knowledge than I do, and let's leave it over there. So, There's a lot to consider in character development, but then there's also a lot to consider in your upgrading and or let's call it replacing of your toon to the new tiers, and why it's important to strive for understanding what you want to play as a white vessel, more so than making your white vessel the best it can be, and getting into the next tiers of vessels as quickly as you can. That way you're not repeating your effort, you're not wasting resources and time. The sooner you can get into those upgraded vessels, the better, because then once you're there, then it's about min-maxing your gear, min-maxing your discs in your vessels, and really boosting these stats up utilizing your active and passive training. Active being your talents, which you only get points up to level 30, so you got to pick which way you want to spec here, because you're only going to be able to pick one of these 3 lines. You can pick all of this, but only one of these 3 lines, because once you get here, you're locked into a promotion class, and then how you support it with your discs. So I hopefully you find that helpful. I found it extremely helpful for myself. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I just wanted to knock this out really quick. 1, to alleviate my confusion, and 2, hopefully alleviate your confusion. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You guys all have a great day, and if you're interested, maybe I'll start doing more Crowfall discussions, Q&As, and helping others promote the game. So we look forward to seeing you later. I am Chief Sarkhan. I'm out for now. You guys have a great day. Bye.